Hey there, folks. Here's a little something I made for 191 Super K Mobile. He was adamant he did not want a console, a box like I have in my truck. He wants to be able to access his equipment easily. Um, I kind of did this on my own. I kind of showed him halfway through, and he said, "Yeah, it's going to look good." So I didn't build it in a console or in a box because mine is difficult. If I want to swap out the radio or get to the power meter or anything like that, I do have to remove the console or the cabinet, the box from my truck. I mean, I've got it down to a science, but still, it's still a pain in the butt compared to this. So I figured I would just buy some of this. I was looking for the thinnest thing I could possibly find, and that suited the bill right there. I had to buy a 4x sheet of it, but you can see I've been cutting it up and stuff. But so basically what I did is instead of making a cabinet, I just made two sides, as you see here. They're both identical, and that's all it is. And these are the factory screws that hold the lid on the cabinet. Right here and right here. So basically all this is doing is it's clamped in place by the amplifier on both sides. And I put some of the gray speaker box carpet on it because his truck's gray. This will look real nice, I think. He wanted his amplifier in the front, over the transmission hump between the two seats. That's where he likes it, so that's where we're going to put it. And I'm guessing off of this height here, but I'm pretty sure that's about the height his current amplifier. We made some aluminum legs for it. So I think that'll work pretty well right there. Excuse me. And he has the 40-60 seat, 40 driver, 60 passenger. So he can scoot that passenger seat back further if he wants. Make more room for this, but I don't think he's going to need it because this is actually smaller. I think it's smaller than the cabinet I have. I think it's going to work out well. So originally I was just going to do these two sides, and I was going to figure out a way to mount this right in here like I did. Now the reason why there isn't something going over top is, like I say, he likes to be able to remove his equipment if he wants to. So I made this where this can actually come out of there. You can see how it is in there. It's got a couple of stops in there and a couple pieces of foam padding on the side right there. And it actually sits right behind the amplifier screws. So I'm going to put it in there and show you how it goes in there. So it basically just locks right in there. It's not going to fall out. Now, I wasn't originally going to put this on here, but when I showed him this, he, asked a question. So are we going to leave the CB radio screwed to the dash, or are we going to put it on here? And I asked him, hey, what do you think? Because I really thought he wanted to keep his radio on his dash. And he goes, no, let's, put it on here. So I made this little bracket here, this wooden bracket, but once again, it had to be removable. This couldn't be part of this, because then, he wants everything to be able to come apart easily. So right now, take these 4 screws out on each side. There's no nuts back there. I use thread certs, and I epoxied them in. So just take those out on each side. This comes right out. You just pull this out. You pull the sides off and everything comes apart real easy with the Phillips screwdriver. But now we can mount his radio on top. Stand by, let me go get the radio. So I thought about it, and he has a 959B like I have, and he also has the Comptune Cobra 29. Problem is they're both different size chassis radios. So I was originally going to build something where the radio could just slide right in, real slick or something. But then I thought, you know what? Or I thought about, you know, building this part up higher right here, this whole thing up a little higher, and just line the holes up to the holes in the radio, you know, and everything would still come apart, and you wouldn't even need this brace here. But I was like, no, because it's a different size chassis. So I figured the easiest thing to do, make this so it comes apart real easy, just 4 screws, it lifts right up. And when he comes over, we can put his Cobra 29 bracket on here. And if he wants to switch over to the Galaxy, we can put the Galaxy bracket on there. Now I have a Galaxy here, so I can just set it on there. Like I say, if it was mine, it would all be mounted in a cabinet, but it's his truck, and I understand why he wants it this way. If he wants to swap out a radio, I mean, he can get the radio out in, you know, 20 seconds. Versus me, I've got to pull the whole damn cabinet out. So this actually does make sense. And I don't think it looks bad at all. I think it looks pretty good for what it is. So I'm not going to put the bracket there until he comes over, because he has his Cobra 25 bracket. And, you know, there's a wide range of what we can put in case it's too close to the dash. You know, we can go forward or backward. I figured that would give us enough room right there. And as you can see, let me get this straight. There's the Galaxy straight right there. So you see the bracket's basically going to come right up the side there. And it's not going to stick out any farther than the cabinet because I left a little room. And then if he puts a Cobra on there, you know, it's just going to be, what is a Cobra, an inch, inch and a half, I don't know, narrower, something like that. So you can just swap out brackets real quick. And, you know, he doesn't have to use screws on here that will strip out over time. I mean, he could, but you can just use nuts and bolts, or I can put some more thread certs in there. Or even the little... I'll probably end up using these on there. Let me get them real quick. These little guys down there, the little furniture type things with the three or the 4 teeth on them there. I can use those. And I made this double thick so it's thick enough so I can put 4 of those. Or you know what? We probably just put 2 of them up from the bottom, put them in the right spot. Then it will accommodate the full-size chassis bracket or the Cobra 29 chassis bracket. That way, he can just use regular machine screws in there. Nothing's going to strip out. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So this is kind of a minimalist, you know, thing. Just, I think it'll look real good in his truck. And, yeah, there's his new 307 2x6. And with it being like this, you know, the fan is still right there. The fan is totally, you know, open. It's kind of dark, but it's totally open to suck air in. And, you know, it's going to be able to blow all the air out right out the back there. Nothing's going to be blocked. And here we've got the big old 175 amp Anderson connector on there. There's the 3 8-gauge wires Jim put on there. And then this is a 2-gauge wire for the ground. So I think that's going to work out real good. And see, there it is underneath. Nothing really going on in there, just like that. This is just cardboard it's sitting on. It's not part of it. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. This is just something I kind of threw together in the last, you know, couple hours, just kind of on a whim. And I think it turned out pretty nice for what it is. I'm pretty happy with it there. All right, let me know what you guys think. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.